Welcome to my channel. This is a 10-minute post-leg day yoga flow. Let's get into it. We'll start here in tabletop. So drawing your low belly in towards your spine, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, spreading your fingers apart, hips stack over your knees. On an inhale, draw your belly down towards the mat, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, send your heart forward, find a cow pose, and as you exhale, round through your spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, cat pose. Inhale to cow, really getting into that back bend. Exhale to cat, warming up the spine. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Maybe shift your hips side to side. Exhaling through cat. Maybe still shifting your hips side to side. And then back to neutral. Extend your left leg long. Release your toes down. And gently rock back and forth, breathing into your calf muscles. Good, so rocking back and forth over the ball of your foot, towards your toes. Maybe if you find a spot that feels good, just hanging out there for a breath or two. And then back to center when you're ready. Lifting that leg high, drawing it back in, taking another cat-cow. And then back to tabletop. Extend the right leg long. Reach the right toes towards the ground or your mat. Gently rock back and forth here. Again, rolling over the ball of your foot and then onto your tippy toes. Working within your range of motion. And again, if you find a spot that feels good, maybe you hang out there for a breath or two. And then back to neutral when you're ready. Extend that leg long. Draw that knee back in. Tuck your toes under. Inhale through cow pose. Exhale to downward facing dog. Now if your legs are feeling tight here, bend deeply into your knees. Send your heart towards your thighs. Really spread your fingers apart. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe you start to lengthen the legs. Maybe you keep them bent. Either way, reaching through your arms. Good. Inhale to lift your right leg high, finding three-limb dog. Exhale to step that foot forward. Good. Sink your hips down. Send your heart forward. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Inhale, plant the left hand down. Exhale, opening up to the right side for a twist. Maybe take a half bind, maybe not. Inhale here. Exhale to frame the front foot. Step the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. Good. In this first forward fold, and in any forward fold, if you need to, maybe put a little bend in your knees. Good, reach behind your legs, hug yourself in a little closer. Maybe you start to straighten the legs, maybe not. Release the hands down. Inhale to find a halfway lift, a flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to reach your arms high overhead. Exhale to draw your palms together, heart center. Inhale to reach your arms high. Exhale to fold. Step the right foot back. Left foot is forward. So your left knee is over your left ankle. Sink your hips down. Send your heart forward. Inhale to plant the right hand down. Exhale to twist open to the left. Maybe taking a half bind here. Maybe not. Inhale here, exhale to frame the front foot. Step the left foot back, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, step it forward. Now this time, draw the left knee down, untuck the left toes. Inhale, reach your arms high overhead. Exhale to maybe draw your shoulders down. Good, inhale, plant the right hand on the right hip. Exhale to take a side bend to the right side. Good, inhale, arms back to center. Exhale, go ahead and release your hands down to that right thigh. Now I like to think of this as priming your hips, so leaning forward and back, forward and back. I call it priming it because I like to think of a lawnmower. Back when I used to have to cut the grass as a kid, and you had to pump that little button before you could get it going. That's maybe how your legs might be feeling. They might need a little priming. Maybe they're tight. Good. Now inhale to lean yourself forward. If you have your blocks, you can grab your blocks. Exhale to shift your hips back over that left knee. Spine stays long. Extend the right leg long. Toes point towards the ceiling or the sky. Maybe you're outside. Breathing into the back of that right leg. Now if you want to maybe find more space, point the right toes. Slide the heel forward and then flex back into that foot. But keep your spine long. Good, deep breaths here. Wonderful. Now, bend back into that right knee. Send the hips forward. Plant the hands down. Walk the right foot to the outside of your mat. Or maybe the edge. Now if your knee doesn't like this, you can always shift or even put a blanket or roll up your mat underneath that left knee. But you want your wrists underneath your shoulders. So you're in a lizard lunge. So from here, tuck the back toes under, lift the leg off the mat, that left knee off the mat. Good, breathing into the inside of that right leg, the front, the top of that left leg. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, step the left foot outside of the left hand. So you're in a wider leg, forward bend. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Once again, exhale to fold. Inhale to reach your arms up. Exhale, draw your palms together. Now take your feet and turn your toes out just slightly here. Inhale to stand tall. Exhale to bend into your knees, finding your Malasana Yogi squat. And as I like to suggest, you can always take blocks underneath you, especially if you're feeling a little tight from squats or leg press or anything else. And maybe gently press your hips open. Try to stack your shoulders over your hips. Breathing here. Good. On your next inhale, rise up to stand. Walk your feet, turn your toes back in. Bring your blocks to the top of your mat once again. Good. Standing tall here. Walk your feet in to hip width apart. Inhale to reach your arms high. Exhale to fold. Step your right foot back. Draw the right knee down to the mat. Untuck the right toes. Inhale, reach your arms high overhead. Good. Are your shoulders relaxed? release some tension there. Inhale here. Exhale to draw the left hand to the left hip. Reach the right arm towards the left side, finding the side bend here. Good, and then hands come back overhead. Release the hands down to the left leg. And once again, we're going to prime those hips, maybe even priming the hip flexor, the quad on the right leg, just that upper part there. Good, maybe a little hamstring action, but I like to think of it as priming up the hips. Good, really sinking into it, breathing. Good, and then we'll end forward. Reach your hands down for those blocks. If you've got the blocks, shift your hips back. Keep your spine long. So try not to round here, really. Long spine. Extend the left leg, toes point towards the ceiling. Once again, if you want to try to find more space, you point the left toes forward, slide the heel forward, breathe into the back of that left leg. Yes. Deep breaths here. And breathing mindfully. So just observing without judgment how your body feels, how your breath feels. Good, really bend into that left knee, walk that foot in, you release the blocks. Good, release the hands down to the inside of that left leg. Walk the left foot over, and then draw your wrists underneath your shoulders. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee off the mat, so finding your lizard lunge on this side. Deep breaths here. Deep breaths. Good, and then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, release down. Inhale to find a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to reach your arms high. Exhale, palms together. Turn your heels in. Toes point out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink down. Find your malasana one more time. Good. Some people like to add movement to it. I like to add movement to it, especially after leg day when my hips are feeling really tight. But just connecting your breath with your movement here, whatever you're doing. And remember, you always have those blocks if you've got them. You have those blocks to place underneath if you just want a moment of stillness. Good, on the next inhale, rise up to stand, turn your toes in, release those blocks, rise to stand, inhale, reach your arms high, maybe take a mini back bend here, exhale, draw your palms together, heart center, wonderful. And that's it. That wraps up this short little flow. Hope it got some blood flowing to your legs. Maybe your legs were a little stiff before you started. But thank you. Until next time, be well.